player. I am loading TK1138's vlogs.
Hey everybody, I'm TK1138 and this is an Endwar 2019 update. Now last year for the 2018 event I did a special video just on the event schedule, where you needed to be, what all it meant, and several people commented that they appreciated that and that it kind of helped them know what they were walking into. So here we are doing it again for 2019 because yesterday on Sunday, HvZ Endwar 2019 posted their event schedule. Now this is a very big deal because this is the first look at what the mission structure is going to look like, what the event structure is going to look like, and that's super important. Now we knew this year was going to be different than Endwar 2017 and 18 because of the inclusion of the Foam Pro Tour, which will take place all of Sunday. Sunday historically had been used for like Mission 4 or Mission 5 and the Final Stand. That's not going to be the case this year. HvZ will be compressed into Saturday and the Foam Pro Tour will take place on Sunday, but we'll get to that more. So we say Endwar, and we talk about the whole weekend as Endwar, but really it's three separate events. You have FoamCon, HvZ Endwar, and now the Foam Pro Tour, but we'll just call it Endwar. Endwar this year takes place on June 21st through June 23rd in Statesboro, Georgia. This in and of itself is not really news, but what all happens on these days is, and we're going to go ahead and cover that right now, starting with Friday. So Friday is FoamCon Day, and that is a super exciting event just by itself. It is a large Nerf and other foam flinging centric convention featuring content creators, podcast creators, vendors, and builders. It's super exciting, and it's a great place to just walk around and see all these people you might see online or projects you might see online and actually get to see them in person. It's a super cool event, and it has been awesome the last 2 years, and it is going to be great this year. And the lineup is, as always, impressive. So FoamCon starts at 10 a.m. on Friday morning. That's not 9. That's not 9:30. If you show up, you'll be asked. You'll have to wait outside. That's when everybody and we're all going to be able to set up, say hi to each other, because basically from 10 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock at night, most of us aren't even have a moment to like really breathe because it's go, go, go the whole time. So doors open at 10. Now, among other content creators and builders and stuff to see around FoamCon, sometimes there's fun little games and stuff and little demos, but there's also where you can start your first sign-in for the HvZ event. Now, you'll be able to find a table. It's usually got Endwar or Drac or something on it, and you'll be able to go ahead and sign in and get your free Endwar 2019 bandana. Now, the bandanas are important and also really cool. Has a sponsor information. My 2017 and 2018 ones are some of my favorite bandanas I have from the hobby, so I'm looking forward to seeing what the design for 2019 is going to look like. These bandanas are also critical for your HvZ play, which will start Friday. I'll cover that in a minute. So the bandana is what signifies a player as a player. Humans wear it around their arms, and zombies wear it across their heads. Don't lose your bandana. You're going to need it. So you can go ahead and sign in and get all that starting at 10 o'clock, but running throughout the day. Now, 2 hours later at noon is when the safety briefings and blaster check will start. Now, this is important because in the past, people had commented that they wish they could get their all the blasters and stuff checked during FoamCon. We usually haven't done it before, but because the way the event's kind of flowing differently this year, it's going to be happening, and that's super exciting by itself. So starting at noon, you'll be able to get your blaster and gear checked, as well as enter one of the rolling safety briefings. Now, these should be happening throughout the rest of the day at periods, at different times. I'm not entirely sure of that schedule just yet, but you'll need to attend one of these safety briefings in order to play. That's right, you must attend a safety briefing. But I've been doing HvZ for years. Doesn't matter, you gotta go. But I was at 2018, is it? Yes, it is. You have to attend no matter what. Again, there's going to be specific rule changes that are for 2019 as opposed to 2018. The campus has specific rules. Everybody needs to go. Just go. It's important. And then you'll be able to do your blaster and gear check. So again, 130 FPS cap. I'm going to put it right up there for HvZ on Friday and Saturday. So you'll have to test your blaster, get it examined. You might have to put it through a chronograph, and it'll be taking the average of your shots to verify that you are, in fact, under 130 FPS. No cheating. I mean it. Because I might be helping out. And I'm going to be keeping an eye on it. So, just rule 0, rule 1, whatever club you're playing, don't be a jerk. 130 is the FPS cap. Yes, there are ways to get around it. don't do it, because if the safety team finds it during gameplay being over 130, you're out. And you don't want to be that guy. You really don't. So make sure your blaster is good to go. You'll also be able to get your darts checked. This is just to make sure that none of the prohibited types of darts, like featuring FVJs, FVNs, or any hard tip darts or modified darts are present. So don't bring them. Just bring all of your ammo with you and your blasters, and whatever. You'll be good to go. So those start at noon, which is really cool. Do your safety briefings, get geared up, get everything ready, and then go enjoy the con. The con will close at 4 p.m. this year, which is good. And 4 p.m. that's early. That's 6 hours. And let me tell you, everybody who's in there is going to be exhausted by the end of it. But anyway, that ends at 4. 2 hours. Then you have time for dinner. Got 2 hours, because at 6 o'clock is the opening ceremony for the Endwar event. Now that's really exciting, because we didn't actually get one of those in 2017 and 2018. It usually went foam con, and then blaster check, and then briefing, and then mission 0. So this year we actually have an opening ceremony, which is pretty exciting. Now this opening ceremony, according to the schedule, is also your last chance to register as a human player for the event. Don't miss it. I'm only assuming that it's going to be pretty serious, since they bothered to put that in the event schedule, that this is the last call. If you want to be a human player for HvZ Endwar, you need to make sure that you are at one of those safety briefings before or up to, it's what it looks like, the opening ceremony. So definitely make sure you knock that out. I would just go ahead and knock it out before dinner, guys, just to be on the safe side. And then that'll take place at the Student Union, which is good, because that'll act as kind of headquarters. And then 30 minutes later at 6:30 starts Mission 1. Now, this is where we're already starting to kind of differ from the last 2 years, where we usually had Mission 0 on Friday night, which was a freebie mission, in that it was just kind of a warm-up, a practice. Everyone got used to it, got to play. And if you turn zombie starting at midnight that night, technically Saturday morning, you were good to go. However, there's no Mission 0 this year, or at least I'm assuming not, because it goes ahead and starts with Mission 1. So I'm gonna just go ahead and say, imagine that it's gonna be a live mission, just on the safe side. Actually, that's a really, really safe bet, because even though that starts at 6:30, at 3.5 hours later at 10 o'clock, Mission 2 starts. Now, these missions were typically the Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon missions, and here they are on Friday evening. Again, the event schedule being kind of compressed, it's important to get as much HvZ as possible. So, Mission 1 at 6:30, I'm going to put it right there, and Mission 2 at 10. I'm going to also put it right there, because I have that ability in post-production, and I might as well use it. So, that goes ahead, that wraps up Friday, and let's go ahead and jump into Saturday. Schedule-wise, Saturday is a very simple day. It is HvZ all day. Really exciting. Saturday is always my favorite day of the HvZ event, and this year promises to also be a really fun event. Statesboro has a great history of HvZ, and I'm really looking forward to the missions that they come up with, and here we go. So 10 a.m. again, just like on Friday, we are starting Mission 3. So make sure you are at the Student Union, which will act as the headquarters, so we can be ready to go for Mission 3. That'll take place, probably take about an hour or two, and then we'll have lunch, because starting at 2 p.m., it's Mission 4. Now, Mission 4, again, was usually our late Saturday night, so I'm kind of excited that Mission 4, which is kind of when the HvZ wave is cresting, like when that zombie-human ratio is at its best, is right there at Mission 4. That's going to be taking place right in the middle of the day, Saturday, and then we have time to do other things, and then dinner. And then 5:30 is the final mission for HvZ Endwar. Now, that is kind of cool, because I'm looking forward to having a more dusk final stand. The college I played at, we had most of our final stands were around that time, and it's a different feeling than when it happens at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So final stands at 5:30. Takes as long as it takes, guys, till we're all undead. We'll all be on the winning team eventually. But yeah, so then we'll have that, and then at 8 p.m. at the location of the final stand, which is not announced yet because the missions are still secret and a surprise, which hats off for keeping that nice and tight, because no spoilers, right? So anyway, at 8 p.m. we have the closing of the HvZ and the award ceremony. These are typically rather fun events. You know, they have like best blaster, best zombie, most valuable brain. That was me 2017. Almost had it 2018. This close, Guitar Hero. I'm coming this year, 2019. I'm shooting for it again. But then you'll have your award ceremony, closing stuff, super cool. And then we're going to go ahead and end the night at around 8 o'clock so everybody can go party or sleep. But first shower. Absolutely. I swear, if any of you show up Sunday without having first showered between Saturday and Sunday, just don't. I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. Just don't do it. But anyway, and then we're all going to get to rest because Sunday is a huge day and we're going to need lots of energy. And let's go ahead and jump into Sunday, the Foam Pro Tour. So this is the inaugural year for the Foam Pro Tour. And it's going to take place all day Sunday. It is a competitive tournament for 5v5 game type called Ion Rush, developed right here in the Southeast in the Atomic Dart League, and now played all over the world. It's in Australia, it's in Denmark, it's in the United Kingdom, all over the US. We got it in the West Coast, Detroit, New York, and I think they're about to start it in Louisiana as well, plus here in Atlanta. So really exciting. And this kind of huge event with all the community together is really cool. So this is going to have a huge cash prize. There's actually going to be $3,000 in cash prizes with the lion's share going to the winning team. This will be a very competitive tournament. And there were 16 slots. Most of them already filled up. We're really hoping to close in those last two before the event. But it's going to be a full day of competitive nerfing. Now, because this is kind of more competitive, it's going to have to start a little bit earlier. So 7:30, player check-in. If you are registered as a Foam Pro Tour competitor, you want to make sure you're there at 7:30 to go ahead and start registering and getting rules and stuff. Those will be rolling out throughout the morning if you need a refresher on the rules. Because at 8:30 in the morning is the Foam Pro Tour opening ceremony. I imagine that this is going to be full of pomp and circumstance and all sorts of really cool stuff and announcements, and I'm looking forward to it because the Pro Tour is something I've wanted to see for years. So the fact that it's happening it's really, really exciting. And first game starts at 9. That's right, 9 a.m. game start. These will take place on 2 tandem fields, but there will be 3 fields available. 2 fields for the Foam Pro Tour and a third one that we hope to have set up for an Ion Rush field so other people can also play it as well. It's a really fun game type, super fast to pick up, and that time is yours to kind of play around with it, see what you think. But you will also be able to start spectating the games because it's going to be 4 hours of solid games running from 9 until 1? Yeah, 9 until 1. There'll also be like some of the elite level sponsors and vendors will also have some stuff out there, and it's just gonna be really kind of a good, we have the HvZ element to our community, but we also have the PvP element, and this is really exciting because this is kind of the fruition of the PvP part really starting to come into its own. And that'll so the games will run from 9 until 1, and that'll be the bulk of the initial part of the tournament, and then we'll have a 1-hour lunch from 1 to 2 with games going on after that. So 2 o'clock we will also still be in the midst of the core games, and at 3:15 we will be starting the semifinals. So that'll be really exciting. By then some of the teams will be eliminated and some of the other ones will be really trying to fight into the finals, I guess, because that's what semifinals are. But it's gonna be really heating up and really exciting. We will take a quick break at 4:15 for the exhibition match. The exhibition match is something I'm very personally excited for. So Jesse and Jackie and I from Atomic Dart League, as well as Drac, have really poured our hearts and our time and our energy into making this event. But because it is a competitive tournament with cash prizes, we knew we had to draw a line and say we could not also compete in our own tournament. It's hard, guys. We put a lot of time into it, and there are very few people in the world as on fire about Ion Rush as Jesse and I, and Jackie is an amazing coordinator for that, and Drac is a very, very active competitor in his own regard. And so for all of us to kind of sit on the sidelines and host this tournament and not play, Nah. So we get our one game in there. So the exhibition match will be a lot of Foam Pro Tour staff competing against some of the other competitors who are there for the tournament. And it's just going to be nice. We're going to be able to step on the field and get to play our game. And I really hope to see a lot of you there. It's super exciting. Because right after the exhibition match, we jump into the finals, honestly. Because we'll have the exhibition match, semifinals, exhibition match, and then the finals. The third place game, and then the big game. And that'll be at 5:15. You definitely don't want to miss that. And I know it seems like, oh, it's kind of late in the evening. It's going to be... Honestly, it's the thing I'm most excited about for the whole weekend. And that's kind of saying a lot because I'm an HvZ guy. So to be so excited about a tournament I'm not even playing in says a lot. That's how stoked I am. And then at 6 p.m. we will have the Foam Pro Tour closing, the Endwar closing, the whole weekend closing. And that's also a really kind of a cool thing to have that we haven't before. You know, we've had the award ceremony after the HvZ final stand, and then everyone kind of scatters. That was usually on Sunday, and now we're going to kind of have a really solid opening, a whole weekend of foam, and then a solid closing. And that's basically the weekend. You know, then there'll be after parties. People might start getting out of town, and then yeah, that's it. 2019, got a bow on it. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. Like I said, 4 weeks away. And I've got projects to finish. I should have my loadout video out here pretty soon. I'm waiting on one more piece of last minute equipment to arrive. And yeah, my shop looks kind of crazy right now because I'm moving. Yep, ended up accepting a job offer in Atlanta. I currently live in Birmingham, so I'm going to be trying to pack up my house. Already started packing up the shop, sell my house, find a new house, buy that house, and move my family in. And that's all going to happen around Endwar because I have to actually start my new job the week of Endwar. So to say that I'm a little stressed is an understatement. But with so much exciting stuff, you know, in my own personal life, with my family, with HvZ Endwar and the Pro Tour, it's going to be in a super exciting month and definitely a month to remember. So if you have any questions about the schedule, or if there's anything I missed on here or that you want a little bit more clarification, definitely comment down below and I will definitely get to it. I'm pretty responsive about comments because I don't get terribly many of them. So feel free to hit up that comment box. And again, if you're not subscribed, definitely hit that subscribe button, the like button too while you're at it for more HvZ Endwar 2019 updates. And there will definitely be more updates to come, including another mag loading or another reload drill video, my 2019 Endwar loadout video, as well as my back to basics HvZ prep video or road vlog. So stay tuned for all of those. Thank you for tuning in for this kind of long video just about the schedule, but it is something worth going through. And yeah, this has been TK1138. Nerf well, my friends.